Peasant Productions presents The Math of ESP, Why It Works Even If You Don't Believe. I'm making a point about how you people got, the issues. Let me do this here. This will work better. Have that. There's that. And let's see, maybe we can do that one. That's right. Oh, come on, get in there. Hey. Okay. You got the bad side of stuff. You got the good side of stuff. Now, like I said, you got a very short period of time before the mutations of viruses and bacteria simply outnumber the possibilities of you finding answers. Okay, you don't have any calculable numbers for how many viruses are out there and how many different cocktails of toxic mutation producing liquid is there for that stuff to breed in, or get sprayed onto plants, or any one of thousands of other things, either eaten by animals, birds. They fly, they drop, they poop. Stuff happens, okay? Very short time period before this toxic soup starts really tearing the bottom side out of this planet, its life and everything on it. Very little time to try to make any money out of it and do anything with it, of course, too. But if you're working on that and you got a chance to go somewhere with it, to give you an understanding of this, I just pulled up an article. I'll have to go and check and see what the year was on it, of taking waste plastic and turning it into carbon fiber. So you don't have to have that long special chain of plastics to turn it into carbon fiber that the industry wants you to believe. You have all of this frickin' litter all over your planet that you can be picking up and turning into rescue vessels. Vessels to get off of here. Oops, sorry about that. Hey, too small of a studio. The idea of the shuttles, okay? You build a titanium wire frame. The process is probably best known with the ferro cement industry. They go in, they wire up whatever they want, and they blow cement into it, force it in there, squirts it out of a gun type of a thing, out of a hose. Depending on what the conditions are, what the situations are, where they are, they use varying compounds with that cement. But in the 1970s it was understood, because I was studying it, that trimarans, which are very large, bulky type boats in some cases, the ferro cement versus a wood boat, the ferro cement actually won out. It was stronger, more watertight, XYZ's up and down the line of it. Okay, well, we're going to take a shuttle and build the same thing. The difference is you've got this carbon fiber material, you blow it in, you're looking for a bit of thickness, because it's a crosshatch, it's got its inner strength. If I were just going to lay whatever directions, however, you can definitely come and put a layer of straight lacing down the outsides of it, or anything you want. You got the titanium in there to hold it together. The titanium and the carbon fiber both will expand and contract with the heat, so the whole thing is going to work as a unit. You don't have the cracks of the tiles. You don't have any problem with things breaking, and falling off in one little spot. Oops, the guy was getting ready for a cigarette break, man. He didn't glue that tile quite right. Life happens, folks. People are going to die no matter what, yes. But you don't need to design the flaws in, which a lot of American industry does. After all, I had a Ford Pinto. They knew that that gas tank would explode, and they went ahead and marketed it anyways, and they just raised the price so they'd have the money to cover the lawsuits. Built-in delinquency, built-in failure of your appliances, built-in adolescence of computer programs. Yep, we just came out with 1.2.5. You now have to upgrade. Okay, it happens. That's how you keep a market growing. But you don't have that time with what this is going to do to the planet. Your food supply. Think of all the various things you have to do to protect your food right now. From the various bugs, from the various molds, and stuff that attack. There's bacteria and viruses that attack your food supply in just plant life. Then you got your cows and your pigs and your chickens and your turkeys, Americans especially. Chinese, I should say, is also very heavily into the farm raising of pigs and stuff, and you're excessively heavy in your antibiotics. So, like I said, you're definitely got this problem. There is no escape for it. You do not have any way of providing an answer to all the various things that will be unleashed from the Arctic tundra thawing, the glacier ice is melting back, revealing stuff that is never, they're finding dead bodies. What was in the dead body? Whether it's a human body or it's a mastodon or it's a monkey, isn't going to make any difference. It was buried 10,000 years ago. Whatever the viruses are, they haven't been exposed to this environment. And yes, science does know that viruses and bacteria can't survive that long in a freeze or in a weird environment like that. So, oops, you got problems. So that's why I say, you folks, all you got is the motivation of money. Start looking at this list and start realizing how much of it, what happens when the United States is getting pummeled by storms. How much of a crop are they actually going to get planted this year? How much is Chile going to get planted? How much is Europe going to get planted? Yeah. There was something about 8 million bottles of wine destroyed in France alone from weather. Yeah. So, what's I say? You don't have a lot to do. The answers are out there. Waste plastic makes a product we need for a series of space shuttles where you want space shuttles going up every frickin' hour, folks. You want that many of them. You gotta start doing something now. I know. Realism sucks. But, like I said, I can't see anything here. I haven't had anybody in the weeks of talking about this, I haven't had a single person argue that all of this, combined with the bacteria and the virus selection of this planet, guarantees that something very disastrous is definitely coming down the railroad tracks at us. Something. There's no way to avoid it. So.